BBC News. The leader of the German Social Democrats says he will form a coalition government following his party's narrow electoral success. Olaf Scholz said he would talk to the Greens and Liberal Free Democrats. But the Christian Democrat candidate, Armin Laschet, said he was determined to fight on and negotiate with the same parties. A US federal judge has approved the unconditional release of John Hinckley, who shot the then-President Ronald Reagan in an assassination attempt. Hinckley spent 35 years in a psychiatric hospital, but has been living in a gated community for the past 4 years. The Pentagon says the US has successfully tested a hypersonic missile capable of 5 times the speed of sound. The free flight test of the hypersonic air-breathing weapon concept took place last week. A court in New York has found the American singer R. Kelly guilty of sex trafficking and racketeering in connection with the abuse of underage girls and boys and women. Over the course of a 5-week trial, the prosecution laid out in lurid detail how R. Kelly ran a criminal enterprise that recruited children and women for sex. They claimed he had used his public persona and money to hide his crimes. Ethiopia's women's minister has resigned, saying she was not prepared to compromise her values. Filsan Abdullahi Ahmed was the first federal official to acknowledge rape had taken place in the Tigray region. Rights groups have accused Ethiopian troops and their Eritrean allies of raping hundreds of women and girls. President Biden has received a booster shot of the coronavirus vaccine just days after it was approved for vulnerable groups. Mr. Biden was asked whether it was right for Americans to be offered a 3rd dose, while developing countries were still struggling to vaccinate their populations. BBC News.